but things could definitely be worse. You could have to work on that. Now, what do you guys think that the RCMP would say if they saw that sucker going down Route 2? Think they'd have a problem with that? My son, God bless him, was a U.S. Marine over in Iraq, and you should have seen the pictures. This is one of them. But some of the pictures he would send back to me from Iraq were absolutely incredible, what these people do with vehicles. I mean, incredible. I do think, however, that speaks volumes to the strength and of Mercedes-Benz truck. So I carry on and say, well, you could have a Chevy Duracrap or a Dodge Bummins. I'm an equal opportunity slanderer, right? Here's the problem, guys. Retail service customers have been able to find other sources for maintenance and light repair, and it's costing everyone in this room in revenues. The article I'm going to read you right out of a Canadian service magazine is going to back that right up with statistics in a minute. It's costing you in revenues. You know, when we don't have our eye on the ball, it can be a problem. That customer has so many choices today of where he can go. Look at all the quick lubes popping up, you know, nowadays. Unbelievable amount of quick lubes. Meinekes, Midas's, you guys have the Canadian Tire, right? You have all these chain stores that are popping up. What are they going after? All maintenance, right? Alignment, fluids, all maintenance. Tires, brakes, batteries, rotations, fluids, right? They're coming after our customers. They're coming after what I call the gravy work. Everything that we consider gravy, they're out there after. Well, here's the thing, guys. When it comes to maintenance and light repair, preventative maintenance is where your profit and your customer satisfaction intersect. But you have to concentrate on that. We can't afford to be warranty order takers anymore in this industry. And again, I'm not speaking to the Canadian Auto Group here, Auto Canada, because you guys focus on this. But the industry sometimes doesn't. Look at this. By 2010, which is the year we're in now, the auto repair market will serve a vehicle population with over 97 million cars and light trucks that are over 10 years old, which in total represents 45% of all the vehicles out there in North America. That's a statistic on the entire North America. Now think about that for a minute. That's incredible. What kind of an opportunity do we have if we have 10 million cars out there that are over 10 years old? What do you guys think the average mileage is on a car that would come into your dealership?
10 to 20,000.
Newer cars, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
They expect everything to be under warranty.
Yes. And that sets up a cycle that's very destructive to a dealership, because what you have to do then every 3 years or 4 years as that car drops off of warranties, you got to replace that customer or your service department slows down. Would you agree with that? So don't you think it's important that we have a process and have a focus, a corporate focus on retaining that customer and getting them to come in after the warranty? Here's the problem. If you do not engage that customer actively in maintenance and sell him what he needs, and you only get the chance now because of extended oil change intervals to see that customer 3 to 5 times in the warranty period, you're going to lose them. Because what's the customer's perception of a dealership after the car's out of warranty? It's too what?
Overpriced.
It's too expensive. Is that true? No. It absolutely is not true. As a matter of fact, there are quite a few independents in any market that way overcharge what a dealer charges, but a general public perception is that the dealership's more expensive. Now here's something that's interesting. I pulled this out of Automotive News last year. It shows new vehicle net profit for the average dealership in thousands of dollars. The point we were making about the service department being a necessary evil comes out very clear here. If you look, this is the money that the dealership is making on new cars. You can see very clearly that there's some good new car sales years, right? And there's some very bad new car sales years. So if you flip to the used cars, you'll look and you'll see that it's almost a mirror image. In other words, when we're having a really strong new car year, used car sales are down, and vice versa, right? So the new car and used car market in a dealership do this every year based on market conditions. But take a look at what the service department's trend is from 1995 to 2009. Have you noticed something different between the last 2 slides?
Always going up.
Always going up. Now, a lot of people think that's because of pricing, But I disagree, because when we have price increases, say in a parts department, it's usually 1.5% to 3% price increase per year, right? It's not a huge move like 20%. But I think a lot of this comes down to the technology and cars breaking more often. But the most, electrically speaking, the biggest thing I want to point out here is this. Remember, we made the statement that the service departments are responsible for 100% of fixed coverage. If our service department fails, the dealership fails. Do you guys realize that? 100%. This is the money that keeps the light on in the dealership, literally. It's not sales anymore, because like Doug was saying, the internet has literally leveled the playing field in sales profits, hasn't it? Because we used to be able to make about 22 to 25% per new vehicle sold and almost 40% per used vehicle sold in the old days when the earth was green and my hair wasn't gray. But then the internet came on the scene. And the internet leveled it, because you were able as a consumer to go out on the internet and find out what invoice was on that Chrysler Town and Country, and walk into that dealer with that invoice and slap it down on the table and say to the salesman, you know what? I'll give you $500 over invoice on that. Do you want the deal? If you don't, there's another Chrysler dealer down the store that'll give me the deal. Right? Can you identify with that? That's the way my dad buys cars today. The internet's allowed that to happen. So what did that do to the profits in the sales departments and dealerships over that period of time? It slowly crushed them, which is why now we're responsible for keeping the lights on. We've now become the most important part of the profit structure of that dealer, yet we've always been looked at as a necessary evil. Not so much now, huh? Not so much now.